Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so sorry. My name is Lisa Fanning. I'm a photographic artist. I specialize in fine art and documentary, street photography. I also specialize in digital montage, digital photo montage. I always loved art and photography as a child, but I didn't pick up a camera until I was 38 years old because I wanted to try to channel my own creativity. And when I did that, it was like an explosion. It was like plugging a plug into a socket, and the current flowed. And I was very excited because finally I had the ability to channel my creativity and have a voice that was very clear. So I started to photograph DC neighborhoods probably around 2005, 2006. And I was creating a series on gentrification, and I wanted to challenge myself to take some of the photos that I took and merge them into one single photograph that would tell somewhat the story of that neighborhood. So that's how I started doing digital photo montage. And so the photos that I have in this exhibition represent this type of process, which is, as I said, it's taking multiple photos and merging them into one single photograph. And I do that in Photoshop. Back in the day, it really was about layering photos and then taking a picture of that one photo. But now Photoshop allows you to merge them inside or in Photoshop. So these two pieces are from a series I call Global Story Street Level View. And it's basically where I go to different cities around the world and I take photographs. I tend to pay attention to sort of the quiet things in life that are powerful. Both of my parents were poets, and so I think they passed on to me the ability to perceive things that a lot of times other people don't perceive. And so when I do my work, I'm sort of looking at things that are a part of our everyday life, but that a lot of times people ignore. So this photograph is called A Streetcar Named Dakar, Transatlantic Memories and Portraits of a Distant Past. And it's about basically trying to create a connection between New Orleans or Louisiana and Senegal, because a lot of the Africans that were brought to Louisiana were, 2/3 of them were actually from Senegal. And so I wanted to sort of create this sort of in a spiritual way, this connection between the descendants of those enslaved Senegalese and their ancestors. So if you come up close, you can see that in each pane of the streetcar, there's a person, and these are all pictures of people that I took in Senegal. So they kind of represent what could be like a family, a father, a mother, a father, a wife, a child. And then the second photograph is called Interior Spaces. And I was in Senegal several years ago, and I saw this young man walking. It was really early in the morning, and he was just sort of walking along this bank and dragging this stick. And I was thinking about how he's probably in that quiet moment, that inside of himself, that's kind of, we all have that, but it's our own, like no one can really get to that, right? So I wanted to create these layers of spaces so that you could sort of realize that really I'm talking about this person here and that he's inside that space. So the series is almost complete, and what I do is really look at pictures that could be canvases, and whatever I'm feeling in life at that moment, I'll see something and I'll think, okay, this could represent something of that feeling, and then I go back and I find photographs that I've already taken to sort of support that. And so that's kind of like what happened here. This picture that I took in New Orleans inside of a streetcar, I took that probably 10 years ago. And at the time I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, but then when I went back to it, I thought, oh wow, these are like panes. And I was thinking about this whole connection between Africans and African Americans and sort of spirituality, and the fact that the spirits of our ancestors are all around us. They're still here, and we represent them today. And so that's kind of how I came to this piece. And this one, you know, again, I took all of these in Senegal and sort of found ways to create layers to get at what's going on inside this woven. So that's my process and what I do. So, does anyone have a question?
When you're working in Photoshop, how long does it take you about to like merge the photos together and edit?
So it's a very long, tedious process because you oftentimes don't know exactly where you're going with even the pictures that you choose to work with. And of course you have to, like, you know, take away everything that was a part of each photograph that you put together. So, but sometimes, you know, I've done a piece in a night, stayed up all night, you know, and then other times it could take me months to finish a piece. And I have a lot of pieces that are incomplete. They're just that I haven't completely figured out how to visualize or in the photograph what I'm feeling or thinking or whatever. So yeah, it's tedious and long.
In the cable car shot, did you head east or west?
I don't remember, but I know we were headed outside of, we were going outside of New Orleans. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So,
Okay. Is Greg here?